Hi, intuitive ones. My name is Sophia, and I empower people through energetic protection, angelic invocation, and intuitive guidance. Today, we're going to be talking about how to keep the energy of your space protected. This works especially well for light workers, empaths, and people who are sensitive to energy. Tip number one is going to be white sage, okay? Cleansing with sage. I prefer white sage, okay? So I recommend that you get a heat-proof container while burning your sage. I like to use a ceramic bowl such as this, and then you'll just need a lighter. When beginning this practice, this specific practice, I recommend opening all of your windows or just a couple of windows, a window in every space that you cleanse. And you're going to want to light the sage, get it to smoking. I like to blow on it to get the embers rolling and get it smoking nicely. And once you get it smoking, you're going to want to pass through each room. And I also recommend using one of these. You don't have to, but it is a great tool as well. This is a shamanic feather. It is meant for smudging, okay? So saging is also what many call smudging. I got this at like a local crystal shop. You can usually find them there. They are sometimes a little expensive, but this one wasn't too expensive, I don't think. But you're going to like sweep the energy, see where the smoke is. You sweep while you cleanse through each and every room. And when you're cleansing, you're going to want to step into your power, your authority through commanding. So you'll say, I command all negative energy and evil entities to leave now in the name of Jesus Christ. You're going to want to repeat this command through every room that you're passing through, okay? And it is highly important to say it with confidence because you have the authority and you have the power. And remember, no fear, okay? Like Jesus said, no fear. Fear is only an illusion and the only power that entities have. And it's not even power because it is an illusion. The reason you want the windows open while you're smudging and saging is so that the negative energy and entities can leave. My second tip is going to be frankincense. Okay, it looks something like this. It's crumbled, it's just these small little balls. You can get it online, okay? And the other three things you'll need is a charcoal disc. Okay, it looks like this. And you're going to want to handle this with care and caution, protection, right? And then you're going to want to use like a heat-proof ceramic bowl such as this. I know it's really dirty, I apologize. Or you can use a metal censer, a brass burner, or a cast iron cauldron. Another tool you'll need is a torch or a lighter. I use a lighter. I recommend a torch because it's easier to get the coal burning and hot. So you'll take your whatever you have, a ceramic container or what I've mentioned before, you'll light the charcoal disc, okay, before, or if you have a torch, you could put it in and then torch it. But what I'll do is I'll hold the charcoal disc and I'll light the lighter and hold it there until it starts sparking. And then I'll put it in there real quick, okay, in the middle. And then you'll let it simmer and burn, and then until it gets red hot. So you want to make sure that the charcoal disc is red hot, ready to go for the frankincense. And then you'll take your frankincense. I recommend like a pinch, okay? Like maybe that much. And then you'll place it on top of the charcoal disc like this, okay? And yet again, make sure that all of your windows are open or just enough at every window in every room, right, is open so that the negative energy can leave. And I recommend doing this once a week. So I also recommend using the same command mentioned in tip number 1 with the sage, right? um, in every room that you place the frankincense in. So my third tip is going to be salt. Okay, so this is pure sea salt. I recommend pure sea salt or black salt. I'll link a picture somewhere here, um, in order to utilize this tip. Okay, so what you can do with salt is I like to put it at the entrances of my home, so the doorways where people come in and out of. So this works by keeping any negative energy out when you have guests coming over, you know, when strangers come into your home. It keeps their shit out of your house. Okay, also, it keeps any negative energy out of your house by doing that. And also, it keeps any negative entities or any entities at all out of your space. So you'll just put a line of salt at the doorways. I do it inside of my home. I just because I want it to protect the inside of my space. So I put a line of salt at my doorways, and I'll say something like, let's see, no evil may enter here, no negative energy may enter here in the name of Jesus Christ. And so it is. So when you're saying and so it is, you are sealing the deal. And so it is done, right? I've heard that you can also put a line of salt at your window seals. That's another good tip I have, because that also is like an entrance in a way. So you can do that as well. Highly recommend making sure it is pure sea salt, okay, so it doesn't have any bullshit additives in it interfering with your work. Tip number 4 is going to be frequency music, okay, so I've written down some frequencies that you could play and what they do. So first frequency I recommend is 417 hertz. 417 hertz helps by removing negative energy and blocks. The next frequency is 432 hertz. 432 purifies and raises the vibration of yourself and your space. And the next one is 528 hertz. So 528 hertz repairs your energy and reduces stress. 741 hertz is also good for cleansing your space of toxic energy, infections, and promoting a healthy environment. Tip number 5 and the final tip for this video is going to be bells. Okay, so shamans and many other cultures have been utilizing bells to deflect negative energy for ages. You can also use bells to invoke archangels. If you would like to know how to do that, I actually created an ebook that I'll post here, and it'll be in the description below if you would like to know how to invoke and work with the archangels, okay? Because when I use my bell to bring it throughout my space, I invoke Archangel Michael for protection, or you can invoke and work with Goddess Hecate. So I use the same command used in tip number 1 when using my bell, and I'll ring it throughout my whole space, and I'll repeat the command throughout every room that I pass through in my house, also keeping the windows open for the negative energy to leave. Real quick, another thing I offer is space clearings. So if you feel like everything you're doing, you're utilizing my tips, and you feel like everything you're doing is just not enough to clear your space, then you can book a session with me on clearing and raising the vibration of your space in the description below. So I hope this helps some intuitive ones out there. I hope this helps some light workers, some empaths. If it did, let me know in the comments. Share this video with anyone who is requiring to know how to protect their energy. It's highly important at this time, as we have been in spiritual warfare, which is a different video, for a long time now, especially 2025 and this year, right? Real quick, if you would like to know how to practice spiritual hygiene for your own self, your own energy, check out this video here, and it'll be linked in the description below as well.